As expected, 2022's edition of Safari Rally Kenya was rough, tough and, frankly, spectacular. And emerging through thick clouds of fesh to take victory in the African wilderness was none other than championship leader Kalle Rovanperä.
It's a 6th career victory, a 4th of the year.
But winning the world's toughest rally certainly doesn't come easy. So, how did he do it?
The long-awaited downpour has arrived, and when it rains in Kenya, it really does rain.
Saturday afternoon and the heavens open to transform roads into a fearsome mud bath.
There is a huge amount of water. There's ruts obviously from the first pass.
And while those around him were tiptoeing through the slick, sodden surface and running into trouble, Rovanperä engaged full send mode.
It's a big stage for Rovanperä. 9.8 on Evans. Wow. We talked about people taking a gamble. Yeah. The rally leader is taking a gamble. Look at this.
Wow.
Wow.
11.2 seconds.
It was a masterclass of mud management, and Toyota team boss Jari-Matti Latvala had an interesting theory as to what enabled him to be so quick.
Kalle has this, that he's doing this drifting. I think in one way this was also helping him in this mud and muddy section, because in mud you can't be neat and tidy. You have to be a little bit aggressive if you want to carry the speed. And I think that was the element, what he was doing. He had these skills, but his head is super cool.
Rovanperä's performance in those 2 wet stages alone saw him put 25 seconds of daylight between himself and his closest rival, Elfyn Evans. Rallying is a team sport with a lot of moving parts, not least the car itself. And no matter how good a driver you are, if the car fails, you won't be bagging any championship points. And in 2022, no other manufacturer has been able to match the Toyota Yaris in terms of marrying performance with that all-important reliability. And in Kenya, Toyota's superiority was all the more evident. Sure, there were a few minor niggles along the way, but compared to their rivals, they had a hassle-free time on the rally's punishing roads. And this was reflected not only in Kalle's victory, but in the fact that Toyota locked out all 4 top spots.
4 cars like this, no issues. Clearly the strongest and fastest car. The team did a great job.
Yeah, just under 3 decades on from the last time they did it here. They once again have a top 4 lockout.
Make no mistake, Rovanperä's performance in Kenya was near flawless, but it's worth remembering that things could have turned out a lot differently.
Stage 1 then, one for the spectators. Pretty good start again, but pretty evenly matched actually. Right, we're not exaggerating about the animals. That was very, very close.
I would say they were lucky there. If it had got stuck on its roof, there's no people around. Has he not took the tyre off the rim? Yes. Oh, yes, he has.
Had he rolled, it could and would have been a lot worse. The incident certainly served as a wake-up call for the Finn. Underestimate Kenya at your peril.
Let's try to focus now on the rest of the weekend.
And focused he certainly was, barely putting a foot wrong for the remainder of the weekend.
We're not really quite sure where the best starting position is. I'm not sure where is the optimum place is, but let's see.
Opening the road at regular gravel rallies is a well-known disadvantage, but there's nothing regular about the Safari. As championship leader, Rovanperä was forced to go first and clean the road for the drivers behind him. However, the soft surface here can get chewed up quickly, making it often harder for cars starting later. And as such, Kalle was able to start nibbling away at the early leaders. He was fastest outright on the fesh-riddled Kedong, with those behind suffering even more with the soft sections. And combined with Sebastian Ogier's puncture on the second pass, it meant he was right at the business end by the end of the first day. From that position, he was able to play his own game rather than being forced to push in order to reel the others in.
Kalle Rovanperä then has again taken the stage win.
Though he's still just 21 years old, Rovanperä is driving with a level of maturity that lends itself to experienced champions. Of course, his raw pace is such that his cautious approach isn't a great deal slower than other drivers' pushes, but it takes a wise head to put that into practice. All weekend long, Kalle pushed when he could, but focused on avoiding trouble when he didn't have to. It was a strategy that paid dividends, and with victory all but secured, he resisted the temptation of risking anything for the power stage points and rather concentrated on bringing the car and the win home.
Another win for Kalle Rovanperä. He's not going to challenge for the Wolf power stage points, but what a remarkable victory that was.
After Sébastien Ogier retired from full-time WRC competition at the end of 2021, we wondered who would step up to seize the initiative in his absence. Well, that question, it seems, has unequivocally been answered. It's Kalle Rovanperä.